What are we doing today then?
It's the service.
Oh, okay, yeah, go on then.
Today we're going to give the boat a full service. I don't think we're going to have time for it all today. It's 12:30 now. We had to drop the car off today to Toyota. So, what are we going to do then, Dad? Oh my God.
I love one. We're going to pump out the old oil, put in new oil filter, there's 2 oil filters on this boat actually, we found out. There's the primary oil filter on the engine, and I found a silver cylinder and I didn't know what it was. And then after some talking and reviewing, and found out it was an auxiliary, an extra oil filter. But to get the oil filter for it, it's very difficult because it's an aftermarket one. So I've bought a K&N oil filter today to put in it, because apparently 2 oil filters causes more pressure on the oil pump, and it can damage your oil pump. So I'm putting in a less resistant oil filter in it today, and then hopefully onto the fuel filters. And we've got a fuel filter on our Heritage range cooker here as well. It hasn't been changed since 2016.
Damn it.
What was that
Poor
for?
specimen.
So we've got to change that as well. And the gearbox oil. So we've got quite a bit to do. The air filter's already done, as you'll see on the engine when Josh puts the camera on it. That was easy enough to do. I've just got to get a length of pipe for that at some point. But at the moment, because it's winter, it's fine where it is.
And it's a nice day. We're waiting for a nice day, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Rain for 3 days we've had.
We put it off the last 3 days, didn't we?
Yeah, because we've
we do it tomorrow. Oh, we do it tomorrow. Oh, we do it tomorrow. I've even said it today as well. I don't think you have time to do the service today.
Well, the weather was been horrible the last 3 days, but the sun's shining.
And the river levels have gone up to red again.
Yes.
Yeah, they did go down to yellow most of it, but now they've gone back up to the red just with a little bit of rain.
But we are getting out of here on Wednesday, whatever.
We've got 5 days left. It's 15th of January today. 5 days until.
And then hopefully we'll have some cruising videos.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Mm.
We can't cruise along any direction for very far. Kent Haven has one closed straight away, almost straight away.
That's just over the river there.
Cookham Lock, the one we came through to get up here, that's closed till March. And then Days Lock on the way to Oxford is closed as well, so we're trapped.
That's just before Oxford though, isn't it, that one? So we're going to head that way, aren't we?
Yeah.
Once it goes to yellow, we're going to head that way,
a couple of quick announcements. I guess thank you for 500 subscribers. We'll probably be at, I don't know, at least 750 by now, by the time this video comes out. But we're gaining so many subscribers so quick, we can't even keep up with it. It's ridiculous. So, thank you for all the support and kind messages you sent us recently. We really appreciate it.
Josh says I've got to get life jackets as well.
Yeah, we saw your comments in
Yeah.
episode, what was it, 11?
11, yeah. 11 was the one with you and Dad.
Episode 11, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was telling us to get life jackets, so we're going to have to get some life jackets now.
You need it. You're supposed to have them on the Thames anyway.
Yeah,
but
so
coming from Devon, we're so relaxed down there and laid back.
So we're going to get those ordered. So hopefully when we are on the Thames, we'll have life jackets on for everybody.
Yeah, also we do have a Facebook page, so go check that out in the link in the description or on the banner of the channel, because on there, all 3 of us are on there and we all have an account and we can all talk to you separately. And Dad's going to post some videos of him cooking sometimes, maybe do a few live streams, and you'll see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Let's get on with the service.
Okay.
And hopefully it didn't go pear-shaped, but it will.
Just leave them to it, and just going to chill.
It's nice to see Mum though, isn't it?
Sorry, I've done my hair last night as well, so I haven't got any grey. Well, they reckon I missed a bit here, but.
That was my toes. That felt good. And did it rain again? Pump this water out. Oh, I can't. The bloody thing. Must have rained again, did it? I don't know. Oh, I've got the drill driver in here. I thought to myself, I better keep it in here. I'll just drain this water out a minute, Josh. And I'm probably going to have to stand down there in a minute. Hey, look. Oh, well done. taking off the oil filler cap. Where's the cloth that I brought out? Taking off the oil filler cap to allow... Oh, that's tight. I think I've tightened it up too much. So there's not an airlock in there to allow it to pump the oil out. See? And down on this one there's two types of pumps. There's one pump where you've got a valve at the front where you can, like a screw thread on these to stop the tap. This one got a little valve in there. Takes quite a while to do this. I don't know the last time it was done. Oh my god, it's like sludge. That probably hasn't helped because that secondary oil filter hasn't been changed. Well, that's not very nice at all, is it? Need another bottle.
Oh, look, so we've got some more Coke then.
Well, you could put more in there, but then you wouldn't be able to get it out very easily. Oh yeah, I need a funnel for when I fill up. I don't need it just yet. What's going on?
Quite simple, isn't it? All you do is just pump it.
Yeah, wait till you get to the gearbox. The nut for the gearbox is right underneath. That's about it. That is, look. You shouldn't really get this on your skin. It's a carcinogenic. Should wear gloves really. Every day. Now we need to get the oil filter off. And I haven't got a spanner to do it. Right. That is absolutely crudded. You've got to watch this hole in the side.
Dirty disky doo. Okay.
Rest in peace, baby. But sometimes it's quite difficult to get in to do it, so I've just put an old cat litter tray underneath. And to be honest, there's only a little tiny bit of oil in there. It's just an old cat litter tray, it fits underneath nicely. And then I can use that again and slide it under the gearbox at the back to capture the oil from the gearbox. It's not too bad actually. Just cleaned around where the new filter's got to go on. Let's pray this is the right one that I've ordered online. A little bit of new oil around the lip.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah. New little bit of oil around the gasket just to give it a seal. I don't know when the last time it was properly serviced, to be honest. It does not look good. And just hand tight, that's all it needs to be. And that's the new oil filter in. Sealed on. Look at that horrible oil, Josh. I mean, that is really bad oil. No, I'm serious. I've never seen oil that bad.
No, black as your rat. Literally.
I bought an old diesel Mondeo once, an estate before Tony had it. I mean, that was never looked after. And the oil was cleaner. Yeah, I serviced it, but the oil was cleaner than that. And it probably hasn't been serviced for 20 years. But it's still cleaner. That is really bad. I think a lot of it's down to the lack of service. And when I opened this filter up, I checked there's no oil in here as well. The oil should have, most of it should have drained back into the sump. I've cleaned, did give us a clean out the other day. Yeah, there's a little bit of black oil in there, but nothing much. This, from what I've read, is supposed to stop the need for any oil changes. As long as you have a clean filter in here, they recommend, you'll never have to do an oil change on your boat. But It's not true, because it's absolutely, and I cleaned it the other day as well, absolutely terrible in there. Just because it's probably because the filter's never been changed in it, from what I can see. I want to get out as much of this crap oil as possible, because as soon as I turn the engine on, first thing that oil's going to do is go into the new filter. So you may as well not put a new bloody filter on. So we get out as much of this as possible. It's like there's been a party in here for flipping squid. There's that black ink, crap everywhere in here. All sorts of muck in here. Not too much, but it's just little bits of, I think what it is where the other oil filter started breaking down. They literally dropped to the bottom of a... Ah, it's perfect. Is that anything to do with you, that one?
Yes.
Ah, right. I wonder where it came from.
Oh, what's that?
Just skin and crap.
I think it's supposed to be liquid in there, not solid.
This isn't the exact air filter for this, because the oil filter that this uses is a high density oil filter, which causes back pressure, and because of the research I did, I didn't want to cause more pressure on the oil pump than already was on there, because we've already got one primary oil filter. So I've got a K&N air filter. It's got a lot less resistance than the previous oil filter that was in there. It's not going to fit perfectly, but I measured and it will fit down to this little metal flange that sticks up at the bottom. So it sits onto that. It will still catch deposits, but still giving movement for the oil, so there's not so much back pressure, and it's still going to be collecting a completely different size, the new gasket that comes with it. But I'm going to try and see if I can get it to fit. If I can't, I'm going to have to use the old gasket, which isn't in too bad a shape.
What's this little thing?
This is a sealing gasket. When the oil's under pressure, it stops the oil coming out the top. See, that is a flat gasket, more or less flat, square. This is a round one. Oh, look at that. That might just be perfect. Brand new. I think we've done it as much as we can. I don't think it will get into the gap. I don't think we'll get any oil out of that. We'll keep an eye on it, and if we do, we'll take the new one out. Take the new one out and put the old one back in. Not too tight. So it makes me laugh. Completely different size than the one on the top. It always baffles me that. But they have to have three different nut sizes on one thing. Just going to tighten it up because it's a bit loose. That's better. That's both the oil filters done now.
So what's this then?
This is a 2050. This engine recommends a 1540. You can get it, it's quite difficult to get for some reason. So I've got 2050. That should be right in our conditions in this country.
So it's classic oil from Halfords, isn't it?
Yeah.
£21.
2050 just means that when the oil's cold, it's still got movement in it. It's not so thick and gloopy, and even with that one that I warmed up this morning, it's still thick. But in a minute we're going to have to warm the engine up again to do the gearbox, because it's getting quite... Ooh. Come on, you little bugger. No, see, that's what happens. You try and pull one of these out. I'm going to put a couple of holes in this oil drum, because to let air in when it comes out, because from using oil in kitchens when I refill the fryers, if you don't put air holes in it, you get a glug 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 glug. At least this way the air can get in and pour nicely. And we can't get the tortoise neck out. She's going to pour very slowly. It's very cold today, so the oil's very thick. It's a cold day, isn't it? perfect, see?
Yeah. So why are you putting that different one?
Because I've run out of the other one.
Is that alright?
Yeah. It's the one that's been used before. It's 15 to 40.
Look, can you mix oils like that?
Well, you're not supposed to, but it doesn't matter. It's like, basically, you know when your car's low on oil and you go to a service station and you just buy an oil. We're going to do the gearbox now. PRM 150 gearbox down there. It's the same grade oil as you use in the engine. So, not a problem. You need to take off, first of all, this here is the filler cap. And there's also a dipstick combined in there. It's all a bit like an old-fashioned car, really. So they're very easy to work on. There's our little dipstick. That don't look too clever. Might be two things going on here. The oil's low, or the oil's very clean. Should have checked that earlier. Looks dry as a bone in there. Bah!
There's no oil then, he's saying.
Supposed to have been serviced this year. I can't see. I can see oil in there, but it's not enough in there. There's nowhere near enough in
How
there.
do you make up the Thames?
Lucky, really. I thought, oh, I won't check it because the guy says it's been serviced about. Serviced it in March, February, March. You're going to have to move now. This is where I get into an awkward position. Got the new filters in.
Oh, hold on.
Why'd you have to look at us? Got the new filters in. And then,
What's that? What's that
I
hand
thought you
for?
bought a coffee. Anyway.
You thought I bought a coffee for you?
Oh,
I'll have to go
Strike
and
it
get
lucky.
a coffee then.
strike it lucky. So the oil change is all done. Both filters are not leaking. We've got new filters in each.
Right.
And now we're going to temp the gearbox. And I just checked the oil in the gearbox and it's dry. There's hardly any oil in there.
Oh, it needs a service then, doesn't it?
Well, it should have 1.4 litres of oil in there.
What?
Yeah.
You've got oil anyway, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got enough oil.
Yeah. And on this dipstick, the dipstick's coming out dry.
Oh dear.
So just going to get into that now.
I was lucky then you're doing it.
I might have to turn the diesel off in a bit when I get onto the fuel filters, so the oven will stop. So I'll let you know and then switch the oven off. Under that gearbox. What's happened? The gearbox seems to have a bit of a leak. Sake, Josh. Just cut the film. Oh, I'm wet now as well. It's not funny. I know I've got glass in the engine room. I've got to put my hand down there. It's not much. It's a little bit, but it's not much. They do naturally leak. If not, if we have to come to it, we have to take it apart and put a new gasket in here, or even further back. Sometimes the gaskets go, like on an engine, you know. Oh, someone's done this up nice and tight. I can't even get it off at the moment. Why would someone do it up that tight? Whew. Can't get it off. It's absolutely solid on there.
How are you singing the American theme?
It helps me think.
Oh shit.
Why?
That's hard to go.
What?
Spanish thing.
Just take it up now. No, we can't get into it. I don't know why it's so tight. It doesn't need to be this tight. Well, we can't get the nut off the bottom of the gearbox, but there is a slight leak to it anyway. So might have to get a mechanic to look at it, because he'll have a good tool for getting it off. I don't want to hit it and damage it. If I damage it, I could crack the gearbox and the end of that. So, as on my travels, I'll find someone that might be able to open it for us, or help me open it, because it is tight, and with my bad back, I can't even get down there properly. But it's very dry in there, so, and the oil looks very clean anyway. So we're going to top it up for now, so at least it's lubricated, and then later on in the spring, the summer, we'll get it looked at, get it serviced. Might have to take the whole gearbox off and service the whole gearbox, I think. Get it done professionally. That's boating, isn't it? Oh. That's queer, I thought there was some in there.
No, it's just nothing left in there.
I got some oil from an ex-service as well. These are like, oh, sake, man! Taking the fuel filter off. I'm not sure about it at the moment. It's an odd looking thing. Oh, I can't get this off.
So tight, snap the screws on.
Where's my my other socket set? There. Yeah. I can't get the fuel filter off now either. Okay, it won't budge. Oh!
You do it?
Just this. I've got to take the whole fuel filter off. The whole house. Don't laugh, because it's not really funny at the moment.
I'm sorry, okay.
Really bad news what's going on at the moment here. Got to take both lines off. How are these nuts going everywhere?
It's got her out.
Had to get the whole housing out. You have to tell her to put the stew on the stove.
The fuel filter will not come off the that we got the house in.
See, it's rusted on, you can see it is. Completely rusted on. Filthy. And rusted on. Bloody hell. I bet you it was that rust there. That corrosion.
Yeah.
Sealed the whole thing on like a weld. Like, need some of that degreaser on it. I've got a whole thing of engine degreaser out. The guys at Better Boating said, which is like a chandlery and marina, said that I better check this one because it's like a water trap. I've got one of these on with the cooker, the oven there, but this one goes to the engine and then goes on to the range. So I thought I'd open it up and check, and there should be a filter in there, but there's not. Look at the state of that. any of that gets inside the oven or the engine, you're not going to start the engine. It's absolutely disgusting in there. So I've just taken this off. Going to give this a good clean. Luckily they gave me a spare filter down at Better Boating, so I'm sure it's going to fit this like it fit the other one. So once I've got this done, we're fully serviced. Oh, Craig's
Pond. Stop it!
Right, come on then, Josh. Oh, God.
So, we're all done, aren't we?
Yeah, thank goodness.
Finally. As you saw, it didn't go right. A few things went wrong.
Because it's a boat.
Thank God I wasn't there.
First thing went wrong, I caught it on camera. Dad smashed me Coke. That's my flavoured glass, that was.
I had limited space in the engine room. We were playing...
He blamed me.
What's that game you used to play with the mat?
What?
We used to go over each other.
Twisters?
Yeah, me and
Twister.
Josh were playing Twister in the engine room while he was filming me. So I at one point had his arse in my face.
You had your arse on my lap.
Did I?
Yeah.
Pump!
I did the splits twice.
You said it was slipped as well.
He's already slipped about 3 times in the engine room.
It needs degreasing. The trouble is I've been doing so much work on it with the amount of diesel and oil and everything everywhere. It just needs...
It's disgusting.
It was really black,
Probably
wasn't it? The oil was really, really black.
I don't... It's not been looked after properly, to be honest.
What makes you sure?
Well, because the people might be watching that at the boat. It's not very nice thing to say.
No, no, I
Well,
don't...
it's not very nice thing to...
No, I know. We've had to... Oh, crikey. Well, you know, watching the videos, how much we've had to do. 5 new leisure batteries, new alternator.
Just to get them up and running.
Yeah. So we've had to...
All new fuel filters are on, but there's a lot of fuel filters. There's one on the engine, which is the primary. Then we got a water and sediment trap.
But which was the worst one? The fuel filter, wasn't it?
Oh, the fuel filter. The primary fuel filter.
It snapped. The tension was so hard, or it was on
Couldn't
so
get it off
tight,
of anything.
It snapped a steel screwdriver, didn't it?
I think it had been on there so long, when you look at the top, it had corroded and rusted to the top and the bottom, so you couldn't do anything. I had to literally get a hacksaw, cut it in half to get inside the filter, and then start chipping away at the rust to loosen it, and in the end we got it off. So we now put a little bit of oil around it, so that I just think it hasn't been done for a while, so it's got quite rusty.
But we got it all done in the end.
Yeah, all good.
Arga's on now.
Yes, I bled it right.
Fresh
I was
new
worried
oil.
about the Arga because we might have an airlock in the diesel line, but that's all come through all right. Thank goodness, touch wood.
So hopefully we've got a nice stew later.
Yeah, I'll put it on the stove in a
But
minute.
just don't follow this video as a tutorial, because stabbing old air filters and fuel filters is not probably the best way of doing it. Just say that.
Well, I think we're getting to know what you're doing. Learning, aren't you?
Well, luckily it's like an old car. I used to work on old cars years ago, and it was all right. I could change starting motors, 3 bolts, pop it out, put this on.
We won't tell them, yeah.
But now it's so complicated now, isn't it? Cars, with computers and everything
We won't
else.
tell them about the time. What was it? We had to...
Oh, drag up the old stuff.
Yeah, his Ford Orion, we had to put the engine out with lemonade.
I'm going to bite your toes.
What had you done?
We put it out with Lil. Oh, I was checking the wrong dipstick. Checking the dipstick to see how much oil was in there, but I was
When
looking
was
at
this?
I was looking
Well,
at the
this was years
automatic
ago.
transmission dipstick and not the engine oil dipstick.
This was years ago when I first met you, Dad. We
So I
went
overfilled
all
it
the
a
way
little
down
bit
to
with oil.
Cornwall to pick up a Ford Orion, and you only meant to put like a litre of oil in or something, and Dad put sort of 5. I don't know.
I thought it was totally dry. Anyway, the engine caught light and we put it out with a bottle of Lil.
Just
That's all I had in the car.
Just bought the car. So this is a Taylor's. We've had lots of experiences in the past, lots of things that have gone wrong for us, missing flights, all sorts. But that's changing the subject.
Yeah, and the car, we just had bad news about the car.
Yeah.
That's changing the subject. You'll see all this in the update video.
It's such a lovely car as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we got Aurus.
So
we put
reliable.
it in. There's a light that keeps after a mechanic put the steering rack in. There's a light keeps coming on, and Toyota can't get rid of it. So we've got to try and sort something out there. The garage that we're going to put it in up here, hopefully they'll sort it out. Otherwise we might have to sell the car just with the light on and just explain
Yeah,
to
because we only want one car.
It's just a software problem. It's the steer rack needs to tell the steering that the steer rack is straight alongside the steering wheel. Well, it's a software glitch, and they can't get rid of it because we've had a new
steering rack put on.
Yeah,
long
but it's such a reliable car, isn't
it's
it?
a lovely
Yes.
car.
I don't really want to get rid of it, but we've got so many cars.
Yeah, we don't need.
We're just going to keep the estate now.
Yeah, we're just going to keep one car.
And it's a hybrid as well, isn't it? The one we're selling. It's a lovely
the
car.
estate was a hybrid. But yeah, that's the end of the video today. We have a Patreon, so you can go check that out. Link in the description.
You know, if somebody was just want to give us a couple of quid just to help with this sort of thing, what we've had to spend out, or even just diesel to go cruising, it doesn't matter. But we're just enjoying it anyway.
Yeah.
Just want to get out on that cut now, don't we?
Yeah, get out there and get
on
cruising.
the river.
And also we have a Facebook page, which is down in the description as well, which we post all sorts on there, all the behind the scenes, extra content, cooking videos that Dad's going to make, little live streams here and there.
We're going to keep the cooking videos on anyway, aren't we? On the main one.
Yeah, but no, you know Dad, what Dad like. He likes to film himself cooking sometimes.
Yeah.
Mainly uncut things, not like properly edited and that.
Just live stream, straight as it is.
Yeah, so if you want to see some behind the scenes and extra footage and stuff, go over to that page and follow us. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please click the subscribe button and the like button, and also you can click the bell button as well to be notified when we next upload. Alright, so
Okay.
yeah, we'll see you next one.
Thanks, bye. I'll put the coal on now.
The hands are ready for it. I like that.
For God's sake. How was this for?
Yeah, that's Dad. He hasn't put them on yet. I washed them, but he said he was going to do that this morning.
We're back!
We've been out this morning, so
Okay.
It's getting really dark.
We've been out this morning. We've been out this morning. But
What are you doing? This is not an update.
oh, sorry.
don't film me. I'm gonna have a video. I'll wait for that to go in. Are you alright? Ah! What? I'm pushing my head forward. Don't try this in a traditional narrowboat.
What's that?
2 people in the engine bay. Ah! What are you doing, man? Help! Don't lean on my back.
Before you like your back being touched.
Not when I'm bent over trying to support my own weight. I don't know why you stood there.
I'm trying to get out, okay?
Oh, you're getting out. Right, get out then. Whoa! I think it's best that you get out. Jesus Christ!
Right. I put that there.
I can use your grip onto that. That's what I do. I'll explain to them when I get there what's happened. They might be able to sort it out.
Toyota can't sort it out.
A lot of Toyota people are familiar. I didn't know the camera was on.
What are you talking about now?
Oh, they're not that clued up.
We're on the camera.
I reckon Grays might be able to sort it out.
It's
first.
Craze.
Huh?
Not Grays, it's Craze. C-R-A-Y-S.